Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 10:02, so I call this meeting to order. Want to welcome everybody this morning. We will begin, as usual, with an invocation, followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for another Monday, the start of another day, another week. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here and serve this community, to address the business before us. I pray for your wisdom and guidance in all the decisions we make, both in our meeting today and in our many endeavors in the week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Want to again welcome everybody this morning. We have quite a lengthy agenda with nearly 40 items on it, but we will move through these as quickly as is practical. A couple things before citizens communication. We've put out notice of the next Coffee with the Judge event, something that I do on a fairly regular basis as an opportunity to interact with members of the public, hear feedback, hear other people's ideas and feedback. That's going to occur this coming Thursday morning at the Bloom and Flower Coffee Shop right over here, the old Liberty Coffee House, 7:45 to 8:45 a.m. My special guest at this one will be President Glenn, Dr. Glenn from UHV, who we all know. It'll be a good time. Come by and get a cup of coffee. Everybody's welcome if it fits in with your schedule. I would love to see everybody there. Everybody is welcome. Another item, a familiar face y'all may see down in my office. Ana Longoria is filling in temporarily the vacancy we have in the administrative assistant role for Commissioner's Court. She's filling in for a few weeks, not a permanent role, but if you happen to stop by, you'll see her, and I know everybody here knows her, and it'll be a familiar face down there for the next few weeks. Citizens communication. At this point, anybody who would like to address the court on any county business is welcome to do so at this time. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
I just wanted to give a quick update. Last week was National Adoption Week with PetSmart Charities, and PetSmart Charities have been a huge grantor for us. So 3 times a year they have this National Adoption Week, and normally in an adoption they give us $25 back for every adoption done in the store. During this special time, it's $50 a dog or cat. We had set a goal, my staff had set a goal to get 40 animals adopted. They spent a lot of time getting them prepped. We used some of that grant money to spay and neuter all of them ahead of time so we could do free adoptions at the event. And we got 47 dogs adopted, dogs and cats.
Wow.
So I just want to give my staff a big shout out. As you know, I've been in and out a lot lately, not at work, dealing with personal stuff. So the fact that they were able to get this all organized with basically just a few phone calls here and there to me and get animals back and forth to the vet to get them spayed and neutered, it was huge. And our store, I think I checked today, they had 64 adoptions with all the rescue groups, and that's the highest in our region, other than maybe Corpus Christi. I haven't got the numbers from Corpus. But again, thank you also to all the citizens in the area that adopted animals from all the rescues at PetSmart. It's super helpful, and PetSmart Charities has been a wonderful partner. So I just wanted to
What a success story. Well done, Mark, and kudos to you and your staff. That's awesome.
thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Good job.
Other comments this morning? Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Just want to give an update. There, over at the Patty Dotson Health Center, there is an awning in 2 storage buildings that are needing to go before the construction starts on the new building. We found a place out at the airport. We're already paying a lease on it. It won't cost us any more to move those, because if we move those to where our trucks are now, putting a structure in a different place could add cost to us. So we need protection to the apparatuses that are sitting out in the sun right now. That's not good for the equipment. So these awnings potentially could get moved over there, and then we could store some of the apparatuses that are getting damaged by the sun into those without any extra cost. The only cost that potentially could be associated with it is tearing them down and moving them, because they are fairly large buildings, so we can't just put it on a trailer and roll them down the road. So I'm looking at getting costs on that to see if the price of tearing them down, moving them, and reconstructing them would save us for just buying a new building. So that's what we're working on right now.
Very
in
good.
our office. So
Thank you for the update, Dan. All right.
thank you.
Judge, may I add to that?
Go ahead,
This
John.
project is, construction is starting August the 9th. So all the buildings, anything that we need to move off needs to be before or on August the 1st. Because if we can't move it by August the 1st, the contractor will need to move them so that it can prepare the space for their beginning construction on August the 9th.
So those things need to go anyway.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're, they need
Whether
to
we
go.
can reuse them, or it's gonna be, it becomes the contractor's
Well, it
responsibility.
sounds like that's a good game
So-
plan then to,
It is.
if we can use them to go ahead and. get
They're
them.
needed, and we can find use for them. I was gonna reach out to the contractor that's
Yeah.
mobilizing in to see if they might even be able to give us a price, since they're already mobilized in and gonna have to tear them down anyways. So that's on my list to reach out to as well.
Yep.
So.
Very good. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, John. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Morning, Mr. Baldwin.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you so much for having us. I'm here to talk to you about the Fly Victoria Regional Airport program. And I am very much pleased that I took the advantage of that program last year when I traveled abroad, and try to take advantage of it again this year, but ran into a few glitches that thought I'd maybe bring to your attention and look at it as a quality improvement opportunity. When I look at the flyer and I read some of the small print, it tells pretty specifically what's needed. And I think the intent of it was so that we would be able to use the airport and then continue on from Houston somewhere of the destination. I also then go just to the regular Google, and it is a little more specific, but one of the things that it seems to appear is it says any completed trips flying out of the airport valued at over $300, travelers may be reimbursed $100 by the county. Well, that may seem to be implying purchase, but I tried to make use of the plan that you have, and we had some tickets that we use mileage. But we utilize that mileage from Victoria all the way to Europe and all the way back. And so that has a value of well over 100, yet we were denied the $100 based upon money wasn't spent. We spent actually $206 in taxes, so we almost got to the 300, but not quite. So I just, not necessarily here to ask for the extra, money, but at least maybe somebody else may have the same incident that runs into that they didn't spend, or they may have used it, or they may have actually purchased miles. And I think that's something that maybe could be used to clarify a little bit better. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Thank you so much, and I continue to try to support the airport whenever I bring guests in here, and hopefully maybe they can also utilize this program.
Sure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
sir.
Brett.
Thank you for that.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? If there's nothing else, we will move right along. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your agenda packets.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for July 28th, 2025 are $1,471,303.30. Supplemental payments are $160,274.14.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county judge and county commissioners precincts numbers 1 through 4.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 8, consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments.
Well, you missed 7.
What did I, oh.
Bond forfeiture.
Okay. Thank you. Number 7 is to consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
Really moot point, we have none this morning, so.
Well, we will then move on to item number 8, which I was quite eager to jump on.
You were.
Consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. We each have the July 24th memo from the hospital showing those interim vendor payments to be $246,272.27. And the ACH report on that same date totaled $1,964,240.46.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is to hear and consider Resolution 2025-064, opposing efforts to prohibit local communications with legislators, including Senate Bill 12, and take appropriate action. This, unfortunately, is an example of very bad public policy that has once again reared its head in the special session. It was fortunately shot down during the regular session, but it's been reintroduced in the special session and would have very adverse impacts on Victoria County and on most counties throughout the entire state, including our rural counties. This is something that our court has taken a position on consistently over the years in opposition to efforts to prohibit local communication. Well,
Yeah, for effect there, that's pretty
the
cool.
lights work.
Yeah.
So I'll read this in its entirety, given that this is a very, stands to have a very detrimental and adverse impact on Victoria County. And it reads as follows: whereas certain legislative proposals in the special session of the Texas Legislature, such as Senate Bill 12, would bar Victoria County from utilizing experts and others to assist with challenges and issues affecting our communities while prohibiting membership in longstanding state associations like the County Judges and Commissioners Association of Texas. And whereas proposals such as Senate Bill 12 would essentially silence the voices of local officials at the state capitol and prevent us from effectively communicating the needs of county constituents and taxpayers to state lawmakers. And whereas counties require the ability to collectively develop and communicate positions through trusted groups like the County Judges and Commissioners Association of Texas, which has provided educational, legal, and legislative support to counties for over 100 years. And whereas banning membership in such associations would destroy one of the most efficient and cost-effective means for counties to keep track of legislation, share legal resources, and address unfunded state mandates that increase local burdens like property taxes. And whereas rural areas and smaller counties in Texas especially rely on being able to pool resources in order to present their unique challenges and policy concerns at the state level, and would be disproportionately harmed by misguided requirements that they attempt to independently track and analyze thousands of bills during each legislative session. And whereas such prohibitions stifle the basic tenets of democracy, transparency, and open government by excluding local communities from the legislative process, while the state of Texas itself spends tens of millions of taxpayer dollars on lobbying at the federal level. And whereas support for dishonest folly, like Senate Bill 12, is often based on misleading claims, bumper sticker slogans, and glaring double standards that expect counties to just do it themselves, while state officials continue to routinely rely on taxpayer-paid lobbyists and professionals to assist with their legislative matters. And whereas the expertise of legal counsel, engineers, and legislative professionals provide vital services that allow local governments to operate efficiently and responsibly, and removing access to such experts would expose counties to legal, fiscal, and operational risks. Now therefore be it resolved that the Victoria County Commissioners Court hereby strongly opposes any legislation, including Senate Bill 12, that would prohibit our membership in county associations or block our use of experts to assist with issues impacting local government or our residents during legislative sessions. Be it further resolved that this court urges all members of the Texas Legislature to reject such harmful and intellectually dishonest proposals and instead support local government's ability to communicate, advocate, and protect the interests of the citizens we are elected to serve.
Amen.
Amen.
Again, a position we've been very consistent with over the years, unfortunately. There are those in Austin who seek to amplify the voice of special interests and silence those
Yep.
of us at the local level. So we'll again pass a resolution of opposition and send that to our state rep and state senator and every committee member who
Yeah.
will have a say in this
Do we need to
process going forward.
Do we need to receive it?
Well, let's have a motion to approve
So
that
moved.
resolution.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
I think what a lot of the public sometimes doesn't understand is that a lot of bills get blocked, like what you wrote in there, that pushes unfunded mandates down on us and creates more of a burden on our budget, on our expenses to the local taxpayers, you know.
Right.
For the county level, even city and BISD, they have the same. And this bill is just,
Well, yeah, it's gonna make it harder. It means we're gonna have to, you'd probably have to have somebody on staff just to go through all the bills.
It would be a significant
would.
expense increase.
Yes, it would.
yes.
Yeah. And would shut us out of the process, which is one of the goals.
Okay.
All right, moving on now to item number 10. That is to receive for the record fully executed fiscal year 25 Airport Infrastructure Grant Agreement, BCT SWG-3-48-0219-029-2025 in the amount of $1,427,043 for reconstruction of runway 1331, preliminary engineering report, and reconstruction of terminal parking lots. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Lenny.
Commissioners, how are you today?
Good.
All right.
Okay, so the reason you're having this one is because it changed the cost of the parking lots. The FAA sent the grant through the judge or attorney, and the FAA signed it, so this is for you just to receive this grant. It's totally executed, and we're already working on that progress. Just to give you a little bit of an update, we're trying to coordinate with the construction company and see if they can construct those new terminal parking lots at the same time the runway is closed, so
Okay.
we don't have to.
Yeah, that'd be a good deal.
cost
Yeah.
issue, And the parking lots will be empty at the time, so.
Right.
We're working really hard. I'm working with the construction company and see if we can have a contract here for approval next week.
Good.
So hopefully that works.
Lenny, just as a reminder for the public, when is the runway gonna be shut down?
The runway will be shut down after the flight departs on August 4th.
Okay.
And it will reopen for the turn flight, which is the afternoon flight, on September 5th.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully everything goes well. We don't have a lot of rain for that period of
Right.
time. We need the rain, but, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
it does not help me very much when we have a lot of rain. But that's the schedule.
Okay.
Very good. Do we have a motion to receive?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 11, discuss and consider approval of the following items regarding the Victoria Regional Airport parking lot rehabilitation grant and take appropriate action. A is to receive bids. B is to receive bid tabulation and recommendation for an award from Centurion Planning and Design. C, consider base bid award in the amount of $481,417.50. And D is to authorize the county judge to execute an agreement with J.E. Construction pending legal review for parking lot rehabilitation for the base bid.
So here we are again. We went out to bid. We got 3 bids. You know, companies that bid on this particular project were Albright Construction, CK Newberry, and JE Construction JE Construction is the winner of the bid at $481,417.50, and it happens to be the company that is working at the airport on Taxi with Charlie. So they came up with a really, really good bid on
Where are
this
they
one.
from, Lenny?
Corpus.
Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
All right.
Corpus Christi. And they, just a side note, they do a lot of work at the Corpus Christi airport too.
Very good.
Very good.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
To approve
Second.
11A through D. Motion
Move.
and a second.
Move to approve A through D.
Okay. Commissioner Ort seconded. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lenny.
Item number 12 is to consider approval of Resolution 2025-059 for 14 V300 body cameras with accessories and one V300 bank transfer station from Garden Ridge Police Department valued at $15,860. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning,
Good morning,
Chief.
Commissioners. This came across the desk of Corporal Brian Simons in our IT division. No strings attached, freebie.
Wow.
Garden Ridge was changing vendors to a different company. These are the current body cameras that we use at the sheriff's office. So we were able to put our hands on 14 of them with the transfer station.
Nice.
And
Wow.
we're going to have them in our possession and put them to use. So they'll complement what we already have.
Good deal. Move to approve.
Second.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chief. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Next item on the agenda is number 13, and that is to consider the following in regard to the Victoria County Historical Commission and take appropriate action. A is to recognize the Victoria County Historical Commission for receiving the 2025 Distinguished Service Award, and B is to hear an annual report from the Heritage Director and Historical Commission. Good morning.
Good
John,
morning.
welcome. I know you've got a full crew here. Not too big a crew to introduce everybody, if you don't mind doing that. I know we,
Would everybody stand and introduce yourselves, please?
Darlene Lewis. Diana Rhodes. Pauline Hendricks.
Tim Terry. Paul Yonda.
Betty Tobler.
Robert Serrat.
Susan Morrison.
awesome.
Of course, I'm John Casalas.
Yes.
And I chair the commission. I know that you guys received the notice that the commission was one of, there are about 200 commissions across the state, and they awarded 60 of these distinguished service awards. So fortunately for Victoria County, we were one of those selected. And I just wanted to formally recognize Paul Yonda, our past chairman, who chaired the commission for 4 years. So this award is really a reflection on the work that he led as the commission chair. So thank you, Paul. Yes. Yeah, it was, he didn't do it by himself.
Fantastic. Well, we did receive the actual physical copy of the Distinguished Service Award, and I know this has become seemingly an annual event, but this isn't something they just print out and send randomly. It is an application process that does evaluate all the commissions across the state, and like you mentioned, John, only a fraction of the total number received this award. And this is given to historical commissions that really go above and beyond in their activities and their efforts to showcase and promote local history. And I know we say it annually when this commission is presented this award, but we appreciate all of y'all, and it's great to have a very active historical commission that shares the court's love and appreciation of our local history. So we do want to present that to you, and we would like to get a photo. I think if y'all stand up here in the front, we can stand in the back.
Okay,
And
let's do that.
And
All right.
so come on up. John, Susan, appreciate you guys and the whole crew there. Thank you, John. There you go. Susan, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all being here this morning.
Thank you all.
How's it look, Lauren? Do we need to?
celebrate.
Okay.
Everybody's perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, ready, one, two, three.
Awesome. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank y'all so much. And again, although it feels a bit routine every year, that's something that's well-deserved, and we always want to showcase that, so.
Yes, thank you. And again, for our 2024 annual report that was submitted to THC, we're not going to go through that report, but we wanted it officially entered into the record and part of the record of the county. But we wanted to recognize you guys for all the support that you've given the commission, on various projects. We have some materials from the 2024, our bicentennial, that were left over, and we'd like to, we'd like to give you guys some of that paraphernalia and copies of a published report or list of all the Bronson letters. And that publication
Fantastic.
was financed by a grant from the
Thank you
George
so much.
Overton Stoner Camp 1000 Sons of the Confederate Veterans. So,
Thank you.
all right.
Wonderful.
Thank
Well, again, we want to extend our thanks to you, John, Susan, the whole crew, Paul, all the great work that y'all have done. Well, thank you.
Oh, good.
No cookies?
And I had out-of-town guests here this weekend, and we drove through downtown, and they were like, wow, that's the prettiest courthouse we've ever seen, so.
It is.
It's
It
very,
is.
very
It's
nice.
awesome.
It is indeed. Thanks so much, John. And appreciate the whole crew once again. Y'all are always welcome here, and we appreciate what y'all do. All right, do we have a motion to, well, let's see, we've already recognized. I guess we need a motion to receive a copy of this
Second.
report. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right. Item number 14 is to receive bid and award annual Quick Lime contract in response to IFB 2025-10 to recommended vendor for all precincts and take appropriate action. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. We did this specifically for Precinct 1, but it is for all precincts, should anybody need those materials for the contract period. We did only get one response to the solicitation, so we do, after some market research, we do want to proceed with awarding that vendor that award. So it will be at a price of $468 per ton for either the Quicklime DS or the Quicklime Type S, and the contract period will run effective August 1st, 2025 through May 31st, 2026. I did that to align with the other materials, so that way we can just do all those at the same time should we still continue to need this product. And that will be going to Noble Construction.
So, Amanda, I know you did a lot of work putting this together, and when she gave me that price, I didn't know that I was wanting to go ahead and move forward with it, so I checked up to see if that was a standard price, and we're on. So I move for approval. Thank you for your work.
Second.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
Item number 15 is to consider approval of fiscal year 26 and 27 interlocal agreements with the Golden Crescent Regional Planning Commission for E911 services for the following departments: A, the Sheriff's Office, and B, the Office of Emergency Management. Good morning, Rick.
Morning, Rick. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Judge. So, not going to speak on behalf of the sheriff, but Will is here to speak on them. But it is just a standard interlocal agreement we have with Golden Crescent Regional Planning Commission for the transfer of the 911 equipment into our shop and also at the VCSO. And so it's a standard loan we normally do, and so we're just here to update that.
We're okay with that. Yep.
And I think we did check, the judge does have the authority to sign for the sheriff on that equipment, so yeah, so we're good to go.
Well, that is easy enough. Thank you, Rick. Chief?
Yes, sir.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item number 15. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 16 is to receive for the record notice of eligibility letter from the Texas General Land Office regarding Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Method of Distribution, Road and Drainage Improvement Projects, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Robin.
Morning, Robin.
Good morning. As I talk about this, I'm just gonna, let you guys have a copy of this. It's a very quick timeline that we put together. So we received a notice of eligibility last week, on this grant saying that, our application is eligible, and it had more requests for additional information. So we do have 5 business days to do that, and we're on schedule to get that back within the 5 days. So a couple of things, what you see in front of you is just justification of us making sure that within very short amounts of time, this is the eligibility letter with the additional request was actually the 5th request that we've had for additional information on this. The 5th request, about 3/4 of that had already been submitted before and is just being resubmitted. So GrantWorks has documentation of all of that she's provided to me. So this just gives you an idea as you go within less than 2 weeks, everything is always goes back to them, and then it often takes us 6 months or so that's been about 6 months since our last request for information that we got this last one. So it just kind of gives you an idea, just so people know that we're doing our best on our end to try to move things along. So there was some additional information I did ask how long it would take to review this last RFI, because we do supposedly expect a contract after that. It said it would be reviewed quickly. So whatever, I don't have an actual timeline for you. They did say after the information was reviewed and approved that we should expect 4 to 6 weeks for a contract.
Thank you, Robin.
So quickly, huh? Okay.
So, I mean, that looks like at least a couple of months, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's at minimum, that's at best.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to keep a close eye on that, as we.
So
move
we
forward.
are, the way it looks, we are going to be able to hit that 5-day turnaround, correct?
Yes, absolutely,
All right,
100%. She was missing a spreadsheet that the GLO typically sends for her to review and approve, for us to review and approve. So we'll do that and have that back to them within the 5 business days, absolutely.
Okay.
And Robin, this was the 3rd review, is that correct, of the application?
So, looking at this, it's showing that it's the 5th one.
the 5th one.
There might have been some, and so when the RFIs, I would have to go back and look. There maybe have been some informal requests for information in there that weren't just direct, like, formal on letterhead requests.
Right.
So I think that's where we find, I know this is number 3 on the formal.
Okay.
And just to confirm, in this latest request, some of the information that they are requesting is information that they'd already requested before and we responded to.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Is it all of it, or is just, I mean, how much?
There were 2 outstanding items that were new.
Okay.
Commissioner Sexton, it was easier getting my lean-to than this.
I bet you it was. Bet it was. But we only talked about that for about 4
Yeah,
months.
it's easy getting your pole barn now.
But it was. You can
Yeah,
build a pole
exactly.
barn easier than you can get
No
money.
kidding.
I know that's a lot of
this is-
information, but I just want to make sure that
It's
when
been a-
people ask you questions, that you have the ability to very clearly answer them.
No,
It's
and
been very
I,
challenging on our end. I mean,
No,
just,
it
you know,
is.
telling people, you know, none of the people that have, you know, that where we have flooding issues, especially Telfner.
Yeah.
From when it was originally built, a railroad coming into an overpass, inhibiting drainage. We have all these plans in place and keep telling everybody, and that
talking about it doesn't do any good. We're sitting here waiting on a lot of money. And thank you for everything you do. I mean,
Anytime, that's what we're here for.
I like the 5-day turnaround and their 6-month
Yeah.
turnaround.
No, I do appreciate you bird dogging this for us because it is, as you can tell, it's frustrating.
Very.
we have-
Move to receive.
Yeah, second.
We have a motion and a second on that. All those in favor of receiving?
Aye. Thank you, Robin.
Any
You're welcome.
opposed?
You're the bestest.
Motion approved. Item
gonna stay there?
17 is to receive for the record ASPCA grant agreement G-2025-06-33487 for Victoria County Animal Services and take appropriate action. Hello again, Mark.
Good morning again, Mark.
Good morning. So this grant is, it's what the ASPCA calls the Rescue Effect Grant. It's monies that are pretty, they give us a pretty broad range of what we can do, everything from paying spay and neuters to paying for events. We have to agree to several free adoption events. The whole point of it is to keep animals in the shelter as short a time as possible. So
Right.
quicker we can get them spayed and neutered and turned around and out the door to a new home, that's what the goal is. So
Yes.
they'll measure things like our current length of stay is about 16 days for dogs, and we'll look at that when we're done and see, hopefully it goes down closer to, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But again, this is money that's pretty wide open to use what we need to do to get dogs adopted and get them out, including advertising dollars, which is pretty unheard of with grant money. So it's, what was the amount? $20,000. So it's a fairly substantial grant with,
Yeah. Now, we definitely applaud you because it seems since you've arrived, we've been finding grant money and stuff to get us along and get these new projects and what have you. So really, my hat's off to both of you.
yeah, I find them, she helps me get them. But yeah, I mean, the grant cycles, there's money out there, you just have to apply.
You
You
have to
got to
apply
keep,
for it.
you have
Sure.
to be consistent, so
All right.
it definitely helps. And our good data is part of the reason they chose us, because we have really good data set to go by, so.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
Do we have a
Second.
motion and a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 18, receive fully executed ARPA subrecipient agreement, Amendment 3 for the Victoria County Navigation District and take appropriate action.
It's just a fully executed copy for the record.
All right. Move to
That's
receive.
easy enough.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 19, receive for the record E-Civics Master Subrecipient and Service Agreement Contract, quote, 401-63295, Amendment 1 for Grant Administration Software Services and take appropriate action.
We did approve previously to sign this, and this was, we had a software agreement, and it took a while to negotiate. The company had a lot of turnaround, and it took us a while to get things up and running. So we did negotiate an additional 9 months onto our initial gear to compensate for that. So it took a while, but we're good to go, and we hope to see some good results from that soon.
Move to receive.
Second.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 20, consider and authorize the county judge to execute an interlocal agreement between the County of Victoria and the City of Victoria related to the North Side Road Rehabilitation Project and take appropriate action.
Yes, sir, Judge. This is, we drafted an interlocal agreement between the city and ourselves for Northside Drive. Those not familiar, about a quarter of a mile of Northside Drive from 77 is the city. It belongs to the city. So the rehabilitation of Northside Drive, it was going to be a joint project with us, with the county taking the lead. So since the county had the most road to rehabilitate. So this is an interlocal agreement between us and the city to get the job done.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21, consider approval of task order number 2 between Victoria County and Civil Corps LLC, consisting of the replat of Garcitas Creek Ranch Estates Phase 2, Lot 23, for water well dedication and take appropriate action.
Judge and Commissioners, this is the developer of Garcias Creek Ranch Estates has a water well that he'd like to, or has authorized the county to use for fire protection as well as construction water. This will replat about an acre around that well and Lot 23, so that Lot 23 will be independent of this well. So we recommend you authorize this task order.
Move to approve. Thank you, Dr. McNeil.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22, consider proposal from Rain Seal Master Roofing and Sheet Metal, Inc., in the amount of $126,800 to replace the east wing roof at the Regional Public Safety Training Center and upgrade roof to current code compliant insulation and take appropriate action. Morning, Kelly.
Morning, Kelly.
Morning, Kelly.
This is for the far east end of the building.
Okay.
The wing on the end of the building. The main part of the building was replaced when they did the addition to the building in the early 90s. But as far as we can tell, looking at it, this wing has the original 1952 roof on it, which a couple months ago developed a severe leak, flooding the whole east end of the building. And upon looking at it, we determined it's best just to go ahead and replace that whole section of roof as to try to take patch stabs at it. This is a Omnia through a co-op, so it's good to go if you guys would approve it. It is by the same contractor that's doing the central fire station. We have the same materials and the same type of construction except for the base layer, because the fire station has a concrete roof and this has a gypsum roof.
Did you say they quoted the whole thing also, or is this portion the only thing?
This is just the east end, the east wing.
Okay, so we don't have a quote for the whole roof?
It'd probably be $500,000.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Any questions for Kelly on this?
We are doing the expansion. There's an expansion joint we're working to, and he's building that expansion joint in such a way that when he does the rest of the roof and adds insulation to the rest of the roof, he won't have to touch this roof. He can just continue on from that expansion joint and carry on.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 23 is to consider intelligent services service agreement from Train in the amount of $12,492 to provide subscription and maintenance of the building automation systems and take appropriate action. What have we got here, Kelly?
All right, we've had this for several years in the price range of just under $9,000, but we've added the 67 courthouse and the new animal services are included in the new agreement, and some other small areas. There's been a small area of the 311 added to it where one of our tenants sits. And anyway, what this does is that in this service, they're supposed to keep our software up to date. They're supposed to do updates on it when it needs updates instead of us paying for separate updates. It also allows me access to their engineers. If I see something that's could work better to save energy, or they see something looking at it, they do periodic reviews for energy, and we make changes to the programming and software, whatever we need to do to achieve not either better comfort or better energy savings.
Very good. Any questions for
So
Kelly
this
on
is
this?
just integrated into the HVAC system, or what is this?
This is a BAS system. Yes, we're already integrated in the annex and the health department and a few other places.
Okay.
And that allows me to sit on the internet and see what's going on with these systems. When somebody calls with a complaint, a lot of times I can get on the BAS
Okay.
and troubleshoot it and know exactly what needs done and determine whether it's an in-house call or it's a contractor call or if it's just something I can adjust on the software.
Okay.
Also do scheduling through it, so like if somebody's going to needs an override, say elections is working over the weekend, they call me and I can just sit right there at my desk and schedule those overrides in the scheduling.
Very good.
A good system. Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 24 is to authorize the Victoria County Auditor's Office to complete the fiscal year 2025 Chapter 59 Asset Forfeiture Report for the Victoria County Criminal District Attorney's Office in accordance with Article 59.06 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. We have a memo from the DA's office requesting approval of this, which we do annually, and we could do it now with a motion to do so.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 25, receive and consider service operations contract between Victoria County Pretrial Services and Recovery Monitoring Services between September 1, 2025, effective September 1, 2025, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Nora.
Good morning, Nora.
Judge, Commissioners. RMS Recovery Monitoring Solutions is the company that we use out of Corpus Christi that provides us with global positioning satellite devices, which are GPS monitors, for those defendants who are ordered to have their GPS location monitored 24/7 while they're out on bond. We also do some transdermal patch monitoring, as well as a portable alcohol breath testing, which is a device that is ordered from the courts and the judges to have a person blow into the device every 6 hours while they're on bond to make sure that they're not using any alcohol substances while they're on bond. So these are equipment requirements that are placed on defendants while they're out on bond. Currently, we have 25 people that are supervised through our office on pretrial bond that are on GPS. We have 16 through A&A bail bonds, and then we have one portable breath unit right now. So we are supervising a total of 48 people that have these various equipment orders placed on them. So Recovery Monitoring Solutions provided us a contract this year. We've actually been using them for several years, and they've never requested a contract, but they lowered our pricing to compete with some of the other companies that were vetting us. So they requested a contract. This contract does not cost the county any money. It's all self-pay by the clients themselves. They are required to make payment. It's just we help RMS in making sure those payments are made by these individuals and their families. So again, it's just no cost to the county.
Move to approve. Second. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nora.
Thank you, Nora.
Item 26 is to receive for the record a fully executed Texas Health and Human Services Commission grant agreement number HHS 0005379-00511 from the Victoria County Public Health Department for the Medicaid Administrative Claiming Program and take appropriate action. Morning, David.
Morning, Judge Commissioners. This item's the one that came through, I believe, 2 weeks ago, so we're just coming through for fully executed agreement coming through today.
Simple enough.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
All right. Item 27 on our agenda is to discuss and approve memorandum of understanding with the Citizens Medical Center Board of Directors regarding the county's issuance of certificates of obligation for the purpose of constructing, renovating, expanding, improving, and equipping the county-owned Citizens Medical Center. B, discuss and approve Resolution 2025-062, authorizing and approving publication and posting of a notice of intent to issue certificates of obligation for hospital improvements and providing an effective date. And C, to discuss and approve Resolution 2025-063, authorizing and approving publication and posting of a notice of intent to issue certificates of obligation for general county improvements and providing an effective date. Glad to have Bob Henderson here this morning if any questions arise related to this. But this is pretty straightforward. The county in the coming weeks will develop and finalize the details of the CO issue the hospital is requesting us to do to finish out their ICU project. and some other capital expenses there. This will be structured the same way it was last time, where as the owner of the hospital, the county, of course, will issue the COs. The MOU is in draft form, so we'll just receive that draft. That will actually be, I believe, on the hospital's agenda next month.
Okay.
To formalize that. What B and C are is beginning this process, the notice of intent for both the hospital COs, which I mentioned, as well as the COs for the county projects that we want to complete with this next round of CO funding. So there's a 45-day clock that begins with the approval of this notice of intent. And of course, the court will be directly involved in the prioritizing of those projects like we are with all of our projects. But this begins the clock on this. One important item to note is that our budget calendar will change somewhat. We had previously looked at approving both the budget and the tax rate on September 8th, I believe it was. Out of necessity, due to some law changes and technicalities of this whole process, we will be looking to approve both the budget and the tax rate on September 29th. So that'll be, and make sure I got this right, Madison, Chris, that'll be Monday, September 29th is when we plan to adopt the budget and the tax rate. The public hearings and the notices will be posted as previously planned. But just to make all this fit into the same window, that'll be on September 29th. Any questions for Bob about this process? I know we've been through it before.
Your Honor, I would only add one comment
Okay.
to your great description, and that is this is kind of a housekeeping chore. The numbers in terms of what's included in the resolutions are not to exceed numbers.
Right.
The Commissioners Court is in no way committing itself to do these transactions at this point. It's simply a housekeeping chore to get the process started. When you come back on the 28th, if the court decides to issue the COs on the 28th, that's when the final size of those deals will be determined.
Good point.
Gotcha. Yeah, and thank you for
Yeah. Good point.
accentuating that point, Bob. That is true. This is a housekeeping item, and the court has the ability to say yes or no, and also on any amount up to these maximum numbers. All right, okay, do we have a motion to receive on 27A and then approve 27B and C?
Move to receive A and approve B and C.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right, moving right along in the agenda to 28, that's to consider approval of detention and residential contracts for the Victoria Regional Juvenile Justice Center with the following counties: A, Hill County; B, Calhoun County; C, Wharton County. And those copies I know are in your packets. I've got the original down in my office. Do we have a motion to approve all these?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 29. Ratify lease agreement between Victoria County Road and Bridge Precinct 1 and Holt Cat for use of a rotary mixer for a rental term of 1 4-week period beginning July 21st, 2025, and take appropriate action.
Judge, this is a model that we are using, that Holt has graciously allowed us to use with an agreement that we would agree to consider purchasing if we're going to purchase one from them. So I do appreciate the use of it, and move to ratify.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Judge, that's
Motion approved.
$0 on that lease, by the way.
Correct, yes.
Wow. It's a nice test drive.
All right, we had.
Danny, that
was
machine
approved.
has some hours on it?
73.
Not much, yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Item number 30 is to receive a letter of permission authorizing Victoria County Road and Bridge Precinct 2 to enter the private property of Robert Geisler at 7238 Lower Mission Valley Road to perform drainage improvements affecting county-maintained roads and take appropriate action.
Yes, Judge, this is, we were notified by TxDOT, who inspects all the bridges, that this particular bridge had some scour that was developing. We were able to talk with Mr. Geisler, get this document signed. He's going to allow us to go on his property to make the necessary improvements. So just want to receive this for the record.
Very good. Was that a motion?
Yeah.
In a second? Okay, all those in favor of receiving?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 31, consider approval of the following resolutions for road donations for the installation of driveway and pipe culvert in Precinct 3. A is Resolution 2025-058 from Juan Martinez in the amount of $876.30 at 34 Stubbs School Road. And B is Resolution 2025-061 from Reagan Billings in the amount of $603.20 at 200 block of Owl Road.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We'll each need signatures on each of those. Item number 32 is to consider approval of payment application number 14 to Forney Construction LLC from Citizens Medical Center in regard to the ICU expansion project and take appropriate action. Looks to be in the amount of $922,677.73. We're looking at end of year or January, sometime in January for the completion of this project, which has been needed for a very long time. Do we have a motion to approve that payment application?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 33 is to receive for the record a 2025 discretionary fund budget amendment from the Criminal District Attorney's Contraband Forfeiture Fund 370. That looks to be in the amount of $5,820 for our records only. Do we have a motion to receive that?
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 34 is to consider approval of the following 2025 budget amendments and take appropriate action. A is the Elections Administrator Special Fund, Revenues and Expenditures. B, General Fund, Various Departments, Expenditures. C, Rural Prosecutors Office Salary Assistance Fund, Expenditures. D, Airport Fund, Expenditures. And E, General Fund, Sheriff's Office, Expenditures.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on those items. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. I guess that one's printed two-sided. All right. Wait, one. Two, three, four. Okay. One of those is front and back.
Okay.
All right, our next item is closed session. However, I think that will be taken up next week instead. Are y'all aware of anything closed session wise that needs to be done this morning? I think the items on here that I had intended will carry over to next week. Anything on y'all's end? Chris, Madison, closed session now? Okay. Okay. Well, for the number of agenda items we had on here,
I thought Danny was running it there for a minute.
I've learned from Danny's efficiency and the way he runs a meeting. All right. Well, so no need for closed session today. With that being the last item of open session business we need to address, we will stand adjourned for today. See everybody back here same time, same place next week. Appreciate y'all's attendance.